Hello everybody, time for a new book summary. I just read this book, Anxious by Joseph LeDoux. I'm here in the middle of nowhere in Finland at my summer place, walking here barefoot in the forest while summarizing this book for you. So interesting psychology book. I would say first thing, not necessarily like a super easy, like not super hard read, but not a super easy read either. It's not like super like practical self-development kind of book. It's really, if you're interested in psychology, it goes into a little bit more depth, how the brain works, how fear and anxiety work in the human brain. And then in the end, there's also some practical takeaways which I can focus on in this video. But yeah, overall, great book. I recommend if you have any interest in psychology, and I would say also for people who maybe have some problems with anxiety or fear or any of those kind of things. Like some people have panic attacks, some people have social anxiety and things like that. So that can be helpful. But the practical things really come in the end of the book. It's about 320 pages or so. The book actually looks much thicker, but in the end it's mostly notes, I think references to studies to back up the claims. Just changing my hand here. But yeah, the practical takeaways from the end of the book, what he talks about there is for treating anxiety or reducing your anxiety. One great one is exposure therapy. So exposure therapy means like if you have a strong fear of heights, for example, you might be able to get over it if you just go to a lot of high places, and then you can travel and go to the Eiffel Tower or the thing in Dubai or something like that. If you, or you can maybe even do something like skydiving if you wanted to do that. But of course, people naturally have we have some natural fear of heights, but that's just one example. Then some people are afraid of social situations, afraid of being in a party or a place where there's a lot of people. Exposure therapy can help that also if you go more to those places, or if you have a fear of elevators, you can go more to elevators. But the problem with that approach is, he says, it only lasts for a while, and then that memory or that fear can easily come back. But anyways, it's a strategy. Another strategy is to actually take breaks from the fearful event. Like an example would be, like in this book, an example, somebody who's afraid of going to parties because they're anxious in social situations, they can take a break, go to the bathroom, or like pretend to make a call or something. It can be a great way to have a little bit of a break and then go back. So instead of trying to like force yourself to do something, it's good to have like some breaks here and there, like try to get out of the situation for a little bit and then just back in. Then other great ways, my shoulders are really exhausted, or I mean getting tired from just holding this phone. But next thing is you can use breathing. Deep breathing is actually very powerful in reducing any sort of anxiety or stressful states. It's going from the parasympathetic state to the sympathetic state. So we have the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. Actually talks about this in the beginning of the book, which is pretty interesting to understand, like what those nervous systems control. But when you start deep breathing, it helps you to reduce anxiety. Your blood pressure starts going down, heart rate starts going down. It can really be a powerful way. I've also noticed that if I have a very stressful day, if I do some sort of meditation that involves like a breathing exercise, deep breaths, that helps a lot to bring the stress levels down. Sometimes I even feel like kind of like euphoria and feel really like sleepy when I take a nap after that. And then Also, any type of meditation practice where you bring your attention fully to the present helps you also with anxiety or fear, because you cannot be thinking about a memory, trauma, or anything at the same time, and you're fully concentrating in the present. So yeah, that's my summary, my little review of this book. I wanted to summarize this myself after finishing the book, and hope you liked the video. Check this book out if you want to read it yourself. Like the video if you like the video, and subscribe here for more. I make mostly videos here about books, so if you're a book person, like to read like me, nothing to lose if you subscribe. So see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.